Welcome back to Pleopod, where we break down the biggest trends shaping our future. Today, we're talking about something massive, something that could redefine market valuations, the impending multi-trillion-dollar AI IPO wave.
It's mind-boggling, Arman. We're not just talking about a few billion here or there. We're talking about figures that used to be the total market cap of entire industries.
Exactly. And at the forefront of this are giants like SpaceX and OpenAI. Let's start with SpaceX. They filed their S-1 prospectus on May 20th, 2026, aiming for a valuation between $1.75 trillion and $2 trillion. That's a lot.
It really is. And it's fascinating because while we've had a lot of AI software hype over the past few years, this IPO wave seems to be shifting focus. It's moving towards the foundational, capital-intensive infrastructure needed to actually run AI at a global scale.
You hit on a key point there. This isn't just about the next chatbot or the latest algorithm. It's about the rockets, the data centers, the physical hardware. OpenAI, for instance, is reportedly preparing a confidential IPO filing, potentially debuting as early as September 2026, with a valuation exceeding $1 trillion.
And the banks are noticing. Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley are reportedly leading the IPO processes for both SpaceX and OpenAI. That's a huge concentration of advisory services, which, as far as I can tell, doesn't have much modern precedent.
It really highlights how these companies are seen as essential infrastructure providers now, rather than just software plays. And what's interesting, Maya, is the demand from investors. They're not just buying into the hype anymore, right? They're looking for profitability and sustainable margins.
Absolutely. The days of the 2022-2024 boom, where pure potential often got companies across the finish line, seem to be over. Investors are demanding more rigor. They want to see a clear path to making money. And this is where companies like SpaceX, with its reported $18.67 billion in consolidated 2025 revenue after acquiring xAI, can really shine.
That revenue figure for SpaceX is substantial. It demonstrates a tangible business model beyond just future promises. So we have SpaceX targeting up to $2 trillion, OpenAI aiming for over $1 trillion. Reports suggest that when you add in other major players like Anthropic, the combined market cap of these AI and space IPOs could approach a staggering $3 trillion.
$3 trillion? It's almost hard to wrap your head around. What are the implications for the broader market, though? Is this a healthy sign, or could it signal some risk?
That's the big question. Some analysts are suggesting that this wave of mega IPOs might be transferring a significant amount of early-stage investment risk to retail investors and pension funds, who often come in later in the cycle.
That's a critical point. It means that while the innovation is exciting, there's a real need for due diligence and understanding the underlying financials, not just the futuristic vision. The shift towards physical infrastructure also means these companies require immense capital, which is why these massive IPOs are necessary.
Exactly. It's a move from pure software and theoretical AI capabilities to the very tangible, very expensive reality of building and scaling these technologies. Think global satellite networks for SpaceX, or massive computing clusters and research facilities for OpenAI.
So it's less about the software itself and more about the industrial scale operations that enable it. This IPO wave isn't just a financial event. It's a statement about where the AI revolution is headed, toward the tangible and the essential.
Precisely. It's a maturation of the market, moving from speculative software plays to investments in the core infrastructure that will power the next decade. It's going to be fascinating to watch how these valuations hold up and what kind of returns they deliver.
Definitely. A lot to track for investors, builders, and anyone interested in the future of technology. Thanks for breaking that down, Arman.
My pleasure, Maya. And thanks to all of you for tuning in to Pleopod. We'll catch you next time with more insights into the tech shaping our world.